just wanted to say a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary. Today we're going to do February wrap-up, carryovers into March, and maybe March TBRs. Who knows what I'll get through today or this month or next month. So let's just get to it. This is going to be a little different format. Trying to adjust my TBRs and my reading lists to maybe slightly match reality a little bit more. So first up, let's talk about the books that I did get to read in February. Books I finished in February include Night Shift by Stephen King. This was a collection of short stories that we read along with Jake at the Bookish Drummer. He held a read-along. This one I gave 3.5 stars. I thought some short stories were absolutely fantastic. Some were not great at all, and some were just in the middle. So I gave this in the middle. It was good. It wasn't great, but I enjoyed it. I also finished Scythe by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 2 in the Skyward series. And this one I enjoyed. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And 2 reasons for 4 stars instead of 5 stars. 1, I needed more Mbot. I love that character so much and I wanted more. And 2, that ending, without giving away any spoilers, that ending was just weird to me. I am happy to talk about it with you more on Discord. If you come to the Discord, I'd love to talk about it with y'all. But I don't want to give away spoilers for anyone who hasn't read it yet. I've also finished Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane, which is book 1 in the Great Library series, I think it's called. And I also gave that 4 out of 5 stars. This one I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the magic, but I wanted more magic. I wanted to know more of that book magic, how it works, what's going on, can anyone do it or only certain people? Can you train to do it? I needed more information on that, but I really enjoyed the characters and the found family in this and just everything about it. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Holy cow, I listened to the audiobook version of this and it just floored me. But as I say that, I also will caveat that by saying I might not have given it 5 stars if I read it in a different format. If I read ebook or physical copy, I think part of the reason why I enjoyed this book so much was because of the narrator. He made me feel everything going on, and I do not doubt Madeline Miller's writing, but I feel like part of this is because of the narrator of the audiobook. So I just finished yesterday reading The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and I gave that one 3 out of 5 stars because although there were parts that I really enjoyed, like part 1 I really enjoyed, there were other parts that really dragged. Part 2 and part 3 just felt like it dragged on. Part 4 was really exciting and I enjoyed it, but I also felt like it was really confusing. I was still confused at the end of the book, so 3 out of 5 stars to The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky. The last book that I finished as of filming this video was Mathilda by Mary Shelley. This book I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars because there were parts that felt a little bit too melodramatic for me, but that ending was absolutely perfect for the story and the characters. I absolutely loved it, and because of that ending, that made it my most memorable read in February. Let me know in the comments below what your most memorable read was in February. Now, let's shift gears slightly and talk about books that I hope to finish before March starts, i.e. by the end of today and tomorrow, Monday. That is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I am nearing the end of that. I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through this book, and we just hit an exciting part, but now feels like it might be slowing down a little, but so we'll see. The pacing is a little weird in this one. And also maybe my secret book, though that one is a very, very light maybe. So now let's talk about books that are going to be carrying over from February into March. Books that I definitely won't be finishing before March starts. That includes Anathema by Neil Stevenson. I am waiting on the library hold for the audiobook for this, because I've been told that if you do an immersion read with the audiobook and the print version, that it's an amazing experience and a great experience and helps you get through this big book a little bit faster. I'm about 40% in through Anathem, and I can't wait to see where this story goes, because it surprises me turn after turn after turn already. Still reading The Ember Blade, which was, yes, my patron pick of the month for January. Still, I think I'm about halfway through now, and things were getting really exciting. Now it feels like they're kind of slowing down, so we'll see how the rest of this book goes. But we'll definitely be finishing that in March. Waking Ursa Minor by my friend Helen. I just started this last week, and then I had to kind of slow it down to finish some other books because I couldn't focus on it enough that I thought it deserved the amount of focus for. So we'll get back to that very soon. And just this morning, on day of recording, I started The Winter of the Witch. This is the third book in the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden, and the final book in that trilogy, and already it's got me in tears, so we'll see how the rest of that book goes. Now, the next segment, we're going to talk about books that I was supposed to read in February but haven't gotten to yet. That includes Stone of Tears by Terry Goodkind, Book 2 in the Sword of Truth series. Suzanne's Diary for Nicholas by James Patterson, which was my patron pick of the month by Tara at Phase Red 84 for February. The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and First Writer's Call by Christian Britton, which is Book 2 in the Green Rider series. And this book, as big as it is, I have to read this book this coming week, which will be the first week in March, because on March 6th I will be on a live show with Fine at Fine Reads and some of our friends, so I really got to get to that. That one I might actually purchase in other forms so I can really get through that. Also, Dracula by Bram Stoker. Sunreach by Brandon Sanderson is one of the Skyward novellas. This is the first one. Blood Curse, this is by my Instagram friend Tamara Mowry. This is her first book in her series, and I believe, if I remember correctly, they're re-releasing it this year, so I gotta read that. And Valpurgia by Mary Shelley. So then, if I get through all of those and we get into an alternate universe where March just keeps on going and I have endless time to read, these are the books on my quote March TBR. Blood of the Flood by Terry Goodkind, Book 3 in the Sword of Truth series. My patron pick, Patrick, is my patron of the month this month, and I'm still waiting to hear what his pick is, but whatever he picks will go into that slot. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Redawn, which is Skyward Novella number 2 by Brandon Sanderson. The High King's Tomb, which is Green Rider Book 3. Obviously, I have to read that to be part of the live show, which I obviously want to because I love Fine. Scythe by Neil Schusterman, which is a read-along with Evie, as she was only Evie. The Last Man by Mary Shelley. And last but not least, Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborn, which is my self-pub book of the month for March. That's a lot of books. I don't even want to count how many books that is because there's so many. Obviously, I will not get through all of them. Hopefully, I'll get through the majority of them. I gotta find a better way to get some more reading done. We'll see. Hopefully, life calms a bit down and I'm able to concentrate on reading a little bit more. But yeah, that February wrap-up, March TBR. It's been a crazy month. A lot of reading coming up, I imagine. Let me know what your favorite book in February was and what you're looking forward to reading the most in March. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I have a new video coming out. As always, my Patreon and Discord information are in the description below. There's no pressure to join either, but we have a ton of fun at both. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.